Hello all, welcome back to Dutch Diecast Collector. So today I got a awesome Hobby Master Spitfire here. A Swedish one. I was looking for a while for this one. It's the 7602. So we have a multi-prop version. So like a Supermarine Spitfire, I'm assuming, but so this is a PRXIX. Not 100% sure. I'm not historically 100% on these. I'm pretty sure our friend Mark from WWII, Dutch Wing Collectors, or Diecast Wing Collectors, sorry, I'm stuck on the D in the Dutch. But yeah, he knows a lot about it and he might share a little bit of feedback, I hope, in the bottom. At least Mark, I would appreciate it. By the way, these older boxes, I'm a big fan. So they had a lot more box art on them. I personally am a big fan of these. At least these were my favorite boxes always. I got this one used from the UK. I have to say it looks quite interesting. And I saw it at a collection of a friend and I thought like, hey, that's a type of plane that I would like in my collection also. The insert of the box was a bit mixed up here. It's actually still sealed. Now I'm pretty sure it's a used model, but it's cool that it's sealed. Nah, it's resealed. I'm pretty sure of it. I find it hard to believe that this is not a used plane if you look at the box. But you never know. You can have luck, and we're gonna make it not new anymore. We're gonna make it used from now on. But looking at 4 corners taped, it could be a new one. We'll see in a sec. The color was the main thing that intrigued me. So the foam is not usual, I believe, in the back, but it could be because the rudder is movable of this one. The machine gun pots can open, and mainly the color was the one thing that drawed me a little bit. I have to say the canopy is super greasy. And when I say greasy, I mean like damn ass greasy. I hope that it's cleaning. Let's clean it up a little bit together. So I like to use like a microfiber rag. It seems to be a lot of oil in there. Some silicone-ish oil, or but it's cleaning up okay, so that's good. Was already a bit afraid there that I bought a lemon, let's say, because that sometimes happens to the best of us. So the canopy is not in the best shape, I have to say. It's a bit some aging in it, but not too bad. I think somebody accidentally tried to glue something, or you never know. It came from an auction in the UK, so even the seller doesn't have full control. This guy tries to always make sure that we all have decently priced planes, so I really recommend him on model hanger tree form. It was mainly just a lot of, by the way, sorry, I was not on cam. Let's recap. So mainly a little bit of dirt and a little bit of scratches. Probably fell off during working on it, and then it happens. Let's see if we can get the plane out. I didn't remove it yet. This will be the first time that it's going out, so that's going to be interesting. Now, I remember that if you can pop out one corner, the next one will come out. Yeah, there it is. So we have a Swedish Spitfire. Like, Swedish planes are lately winning a lot of my space, I'm noticing. I think it's a bit oily or something, I'm not 100% sure. But it has a rear wheel and a closed wheel, and you might say like, hey, where's the open wheels? So the wheels are folded in the frame, which is quite interesting. But let's go first over the details. So what is nice about the canopy from these models, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure anymore, but yeah, it goes in this way. So you could show it in an open state, let's say. So you can move it backwards and then also fold open the panel, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that's only with the 1/32 scales from Corgi, but I'm not sure if the Hobby Master, yeah, also. So the Hobby Master's door also can open, so that's really cool. Cockpit details are there. There is no stick inside, which is quite interesting. It usually has like this round stick inside. There is nothing, just a big seat. No pilot figure, by the way, in this age. Not sure if it should be. Oh, there is a pilot figure, sorry. Me not paying attention here. Let me put this thing down. I first want to show you the parts that are with it. The old school Air Power series stand with the chrome letters on it, really nice. I'm not sure if the newest ones have it. Let me do that outside of the plane because I don't want to hit it. My luck, I left the plane. So we have a chrome base plate, a pilot figure with this little extra cushion under his bum, not a cushion but a parachute. Let's see how easy it is to install. I'm not sure. That's probably why they don't have a stick in that thing. I'm curious if it's error correct, by the way, that the Swedish one was the same suit. Then a mold to hold it on the stand. So we have a stand that goes like this roughly. It's always a bit fiddly, especially if they're not used before. But this one is going to go on its wheels. But just to show how it would sit on a stand, it would click over the air ducts and it would sit like this. But the height is quite nice, I have to say. But we're not going to use that. But let's go over the plane. I'm dwelling off a little bit here. I don't want to do that to you guys. So yeah. But I have to say, the overall aesthetic, perfect. Now prop moves quite smoothly, a little bit of play on it, which is okay. It makes it movable. There's probably a metal shaft in there. But very smooth moving prop. Really nicely, also the angles in the prop blades, nicely done. Of course, the little bit of exhaust engine details, the inlets, nicely done. Even little radiators in them. The wheels, they fold out. You need to be very gentle with them, by the way, guys. I'm trying to be very gentle. I'm trying to pull on the wheel and not on the folder. Because I know my own luck, I will pull so hard that I will rip something off. So that's what wheel folded out. The wheels don't rotate, by the way. But I have to say, by the way, the paint, really nicely. It's nicely printed pad. And of course the roundels. The 60. The tail is movable, not very aggressive, I would move them, but it's positionable, and the rear also in the back. On the front, there's nothing to move. You can open the claps on the guns. I'm not going to do that because I would put a blade in it. And then you can reach the machine guns, which is cool, but they're plucked off, by the way, I noticed on this plane. I'm not sure if the Swedish one didn't have, if they removed the machine guns as like a sort of a trainer, but feel free to comment, guys. I'm curious to know. And I believe the tips are also removable to ham or square it out. The paint still looks good for the age, by the way. Let's see if we can get this wheel as easy out as the other one, I hope. They fold really cool out. And then of course the rear wheel is a clickable unit that goes into the back, which is not bad. I have to say, they sit well, usually. I'd say that's a beautiful little plane. And then with the canopy in an open position, let's say. With the pilot figure in, it's harder to open, I noticed. Almost impossible because it cannot pass the shoulders. So if you want to open it with the pilot figure inside, you're going to have to remove the pilot figure and the glass first, and then you can open the hatch. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave that in this close in position because I like that a little better. It cleaned up well, I have to say. But there you have it, guys. A Spitfire from a completely different country. I know that the UK sold a lot of their... Oh, there it is. So I was already curious if this came off. It's not supposed to come off. I'm not sure. I can glue this back, of course. It's not hard, but yeah, so be careful. Don't be like me and be a bull and hold it like that. And yeah, I'm going to make it ready for the rotisserie table and show you guys the rest, but that's with a short off tip. Hey guys, and there you have it, a finished Swedish Spitfire. I have to say, there's not much exciting things. Like it's cool that you can open the machine gun hatches if it had machine guns in it. This one doesn't. Of course, the removable tips on the outside, I'm not 100% sure if this model had that. I know some Spitfires have that choice, I believe. But feel free to educate me here. Movable rear flaps, nicely done. Of course, the prop blade, the details on the exhaust, the intakes underneath for the coolers, nicely done. So yeah, a lot of cool little details for a cool little plane of era. So thank you guys for watching again. A thumbs up is always very welcome. And of course, a follow if you want to see more content like this. Thank you again and stay safe. Bye bye.